But shifting focus then, and the IMD is signaling a sharper than usual winter this year. The latest outlook suggests that most parts of central India, including Madhya Pradesh, North and East Maharashtra, and parts of Gujarat, along with pockets of northwest and peninsular India like Telangana, are likely to witness colder than normal days and nights, accompanied by 4 to 5 additional cold wave days this season. Typically, these regions see about 4 to 6 cold wave days between December and February, but this winter, this number could actually rise to 8 to 11 days, indicating a significantly harsher spell. So what does Skymet forecast indicate, and what's the outlook going forward for the upcoming winter season? We are now joined by Mr. AVM GP Sharma, President at Skymet. Mr. Sharma, afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us today. What do your predictions indicate? Are you also penciling in harsher than normal winter this year, and which regions are expected to face most brunt of this above normal above normal winter this year?
Thank you, Ashisha. See, whatever we have been talking about the cold conditions, it always happens when La Nina conditions are there. Okay, we keep talking about El Nino, La Nina in monsoon also. Similarly, they remain relevant during the winter season also, and starting with particularly December onward, between December and February. And as we know, yes, the La Nina is still building up. It is likely to establish also. And I think maybe a short stint of La Nina, but then surely it is going to be there. It's already, beginning has already been made. The Pacific is much, much colder than the normal. The temperature anomalies have already dipped. So with the ongoing La Nina conditions likely to develop in the Pacific, yes, the winters over northern India. Actually, it is the Indian subcontinent, but we are more concerned about northern parts of the country and the central parts of the country. Yes, the temperatures are likely to dip below the normal. Like you said, possibly the cold wave days or the conditions, the longevity of these conditions, that could be a little longer than the normal. And similarly, the temperature range also, possibly they will dip a little. What we expect normally in this period will be much below that normal. Already the beginning has been made. There has been some cold wave conditions over parts of Punjab, Haryana, even Delhi also. For a day we had a dip in the temperature, but these are all prelude to the typical cold wave conditions which travel actually from the mountains, from weather activity over the mountains, and it travels over the plains. Earlier, we did see even in patches some conditions over covering parts of Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh also, but they are not typical of the cold wave conditions. But then, yes, we are reaching a period now wherein the activity is likely to increase over the hills, and then we will go through these cold wave conditions in the upcoming, possibly weeks itself, and in the month of December itself. Yes.
Right. I understand that point, but I also wanted to understand whether it is a one-off only because of La Nina, or are there other factors which continue to remain at play?
See, other factors means, you see, even whether La Nina or La Nina there or not there, the seasonal progression as such leads to drop in the temperature from December to January. Uh, uh, and that will happen even this time also. You see, even last year we had these La Nina conditions. But what happens with these conditions is the already existing conditions, winter conditions, they aggravate a little, which happened even last time. We are having a dry season so far. And it is almost a replica of what we had last year. Month of November was very, very dry last year, and so it has happened even this year also. Okay, so in addition to the La Nina gives an additional trigger. The other activity that remains, whether it is the winter jet streams, winter storms, which travel across Mediterranean Sea, those regions across Middle East region, and then just northwest of us, those regions, East Asian countries, the Central Asian countries. So all those conditions may matter. That is there. What I say is the snowfall activity is yet to commence, which trigger intense cold wave conditions over the plains. The activity, I believe, is yet to start. It's making a beginning, but only to start with mid and higher reaches. That should happen even this week itself. When feeble, weak Western disturbances, they are coming one after the other. But we are looking for a typical active Western disturbance, which normally it happens around after about 20th of December. And typically we see the either White Christmas or the New Year Eve that's across the hills. Similar expectations are there this time also. So La Nina conditions possibly give an additional boost to these conditions. And yes, we'll have more number of cold wave days also, and then possibly little longer spells of these cold conditions over northern plains, particularly, which in any case they will extend to the other part, be it Gujarat, be it South Rajasthan, be it Maharashtra, and even interiors of Madhya Pradesh or so.
Right.
They always travel, but they are already they are a byproduct or a offshoot of what happened in the northern parts. Yeah.
Right, and cold wave days are also expected to be higher this year. But what is your assessment when it comes to fog severity this season? And are we looking at prolonged dense fog episodes this year as well?
So far, nil. We haven't seen even a single day. Otherwise, it happens even in the month of November also. Normally, you have about 4 to 5 days when thick fog means the dense fog is there, when the visibility drops, which affects the aviation. It has not happened so far. Even Delhi also hasn't experienced even a single day of that fog. And it has been very, very precariously missing. Uh, it should start only when some activity is there in the hills and the mountains and some rains are there in the plains. Okay, as I mentioned that nothing significant is expected for the next about at least about a week or so. So fog activity, I think, should remain missing. It will possibly start sometime mid-December and thereafter. Otherwise, conditions will be just isolated in pockets because the local conditions also give you some time, whether it's the water bodies or the greenery, some short time episodes are there, events are there for the fog. That could happen in some areas over Punjab, Haryana, Delhi region also. But the typical fog which we are looking up to, that it will happen only once an active Western disturbance moves across, which is not earlier than mid-December. Possibly we got to wait for another 2 weeks. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the forecast for the upcoming winter season. Thank you so much, Mr. Sharma, for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now.
Thank
With
you,
that,
Ashish.
we need to slip into a very short break, but more news and updates will continue on the other side. Don't go anywhere.